South Park yet?
And then we're done. There it is. That's it. Good job, Edmonds. Oh, and he's by the way, he's one of your brothers, Sam. This is your brother.
What do you mean,
No,
my
I'm
brother?
not Jewish. My mother's gorgeous. I'm a Michelin concrete.
Oh,
My mother's got to be Jewish. She's gorgeous.
I don't know,
Sam is his own
guy's one of
man.
yours.
I'm not a member of his tribe, concrete.
He's one of your people.
I'm a member of your tribe, concrete.
You denying your bro.
I mean, you're a black man, right?
Last time I checked.
What makes you a man?
I hate you, Congress. Like, literally, like,
Edmonds, be normal so you can inspire confidence and
don't run
solidarity.
away, Concrete. He asked you what makes you a man.
I don't know.
You know what happened?
You don't know what makes you a man?
Yeah, answers your question. I don't know.
What makes a man, Mr. Lebowski? Is it being prepared to do the right thing, whatever the cost?
Damn, you know that reference? That's a good one.
Good one.
One of my favorite movies.
Why don't you get yourself a job, Mr. Lebowski?
Jobs.
Did I miterate on your rug? It's a very funny scene.
That's a great fucking movie, yo.
That's the worst fucking movie ever.
Out of your fucking mind.
Really? It's a
A
very
buddy
funny
once
movie.
said it was the best movie ever showed to me in college, and I was horribly disappointed. It's it's not even close to maybe being funny in some approximate way.
Wow, you're out of your mind. Cinematic genius. I am the walrus. I am the walrus.
I don't know, why do people like that movie so much?
Because it is an eclectic blend of characters. It's got artistry, it's got mystery, it's got fucking musical elements. It's just, and it was perfectly done.
Yeah.
It wasn't ham-fisted in any way. It was just really well written, well acted, well directed, well choreographed artistry.
Well, it puts... What were you going to say, Sam?
Oh, I was just gonna say, according to Millis, that these have no difference in how they affect you psychologically. So I'll have Exhibit A. That's Exhibit B. Now listen to Exhibit B. Wait, Sam, you think that certain drum beats are gonna make you feel more aggressive? You think certain sounds are gonna affect you to be more aggressive?
Oh, man.
Wait, hold on, Sam.
Oh yeah, it's a strong man now.
Are you saying that certain noises have a psychological effect?
How's he strong manning you, Mel?
I'm talking about like the simple drum beat that like soldiers march to. I'm not talking about
Are you talking about like during the
music. I'm
Civil
not talking
War
about
era?
like choreographed music. Yeah, sure. And I already
So you relegated this entire examination to a particular period in time where they only used one instrument. Is that it? When did you tell us that?
What?
You relegated the examination of this concept to only one particular time when they only used one instrument. That the entire scope of your fucking examination?
That's what we were talking about.
Oh, did you say Civil War era, Sam? Or did you make a general case for music and marching and band?
The initial statement I said is that in hip hop, I find it easier when rap beats come on to rap about more aggressive topics than more chill ones. And I said there's probably something about the drum beats themselves that are typical in hip hop songs that would make me feel like slightly more aggressive. And then Abe was skeptical of this. That's what started this.
Abe?
For some strange reason, he thinks that drums by themselves can like elicit like more aggressive.
Well, what you have to be looking at is the reverse engineering aspect of it. What is the stickiness and, you know, the amount of time that people will watch your video. So if you compare Mozart to Eminem, it seems like a lot of people today prefer Eminem.
Edmonds, have you figured out how to become viral yet?
You know, I spam so much that and I don't have any real data analytics.
So yes or no?
Well, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell from my perspective.
Do you have any videos where you've gotten a substantial amount of viewers?
Yeah, but there was no financial success from the videos.
What's a substantial amount for you?
Like 10 million views.
You've got one video that did 10 million views.
No, multiple videos.
And
So Sam,
what was the rest of
your
it?
initial point was about
why are you getting all salty, bro? We're all chilling, bro. We're chilling. What are you doing?
But then
What are you like over
the example that you gave
Why you
was
feel
that
bad?
how like a marching army on the march will use like a drum, right? And you thought the drum will make
So, do
them.
you feel embarrassed by your own like?
No, I just want to talk to Sam.
Willful ignorance.
Idiots,
Why are you like insulting me? You're the
How
gay
can
guy.
you use this idiot as like a show?
You're the gay guy. Like, why are you trying to insult me? I haven't insulted you.
What are you talking about?
I mean, aren't you essentially talking about how to create a video that gets a lot of likes and a lot of views?
Look, Miller feels bad right now. He's trying to get his manhood back. He wants to fight Sam and be very aggressive.
No, I'd just rather talk to Sam than
He was being
to talk about how much
willfully
this guy is.
He was being willfully obtuse, and now it's like painful. Good evening, kickers.
Good evening, Kush.
Concrete, this is what can happen. If we work together, we can be powerful together. But see, you just are unwilling to have a black-Jewish alliance. You know what I mean? You're just, you got too much hate in your heart. You got too much hate in your heart for the Jewish man to let alliances like, see, we're Concrete, me and you, 1-2 punch Concrete Sam, very strong combination.
I have a question.
Lilith is like lightweight and easy.
Oh, I super down the 1-2 punch of Sam and Concrete.
Lilith is like really
That's
easy.
probably the
So,
Guys, I have a question. Why are Jews, most of them always whine like so annoying all the time?
I know, right? I know.
It's where do you think
The Jews complaining all the time.
Jews have a history of being diamond dealers and during times of smuggling, having a large nasal capacity? To put the diamonds in the nasal capacity is how the Jewish diamond smugglers were able to transport large numbers of
It's a little bit
diamonds.
ironic that you're complaining about how we complain.
It's just a question.
But you're complaining about how we complain. Is that not
I say
fair enough?
I say you got it. No, I'm just saying the white Jews always whine.
Yeah, but like,
you're whining about that.
Because
Why
we
are,
make a
like,
kiddush
like-
every Friday. We like to drink red wine with our meats. It's called wine. Are you talking about the grapevine wine or whining about politics or racism or abortion or interest rates? What are we complaining about?
Like, I believe in stereotypes for sure, and I don't think everybody meets their stereotypes, but I think they
You
can.
think Asians are the best at math?
Yeah, like
just a question, like, why are black people inferior to white people?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Can you answer my question first, and then we'll go to that topic next?
I did answer your question.
So why do Jews always complain?
This is such a waste of time. I'm gonna go read a book.
What more do you want me to say?
Why are you complaining about Jews complaining?
You want me to take them down for you, Miller? I can figure it. I can make it work.
Why are you complaining about Jews complaining?
It's just a
You're
question.
aggressive,
It's
man.
not
I don't like that about you.
Aggressive, what are you
I
talking
don't
about?
like that about you.
You just have
Kush.
Oh, Jews.
So I'll explain it to you, Kush. So what happens is, because there is a strong religious component, and that religious component.
Strong religious components. With
Come on,
regards to
Edmonds, chill, bro. Just
Jews?
chill, Edmonds. Edmonds, just chill. Just chill. I got
What
you,
makes
bro.
No,
it
you gotta bring up
strong?
Congress. He's literally the most disruptive motherfucker in
Just
town.
chill, Congress. Just chill, bro.
Do you
So,
think
man.
Congress endorsement in here?
No, he's
Just
not.
chill. You just chill. So, Kush.
That's some validation right there. Concrete, he's saying that you're
gotta
the
let
most
me go,
disruptive,
bro.
obnoxious
You gotta let it
person
go.
on here.
Yeah, Melissa's a child. Melissa's a her child.
That was
Kush.
Sam that said that?
So, Kush, the reason why they complain a lot, let me just tell you that there's a strong religious component. And religion
Strong.
sets a standard.
Religious components.
Go ahead. Hold on. So what happens
This is what happens when you betray your Jewish brethren.
Millis, calm down, bro.
Make deals with the devil.
I got you, bro. I got you. So what happens is when you have a strong religious
Alliance of
compass,
Sam and Concrete. That's now been undermined by
you're gonna cry,
alliance
Millis.
with Clear
Yo, Converse, you there, bro?
Strong religious component.
Can you get Millis under control? I'm trying to talk.
What's going on?
We're talking about a strong religious component.
You got Congress, you got Millis. They won't just chill. So, Kush, the issue is that what happens is
now empowered Concrete.
oh wow.
It is a strong religious component, Kush.
You're not gonna stop.
I think they're triggered.
You see Hulk Hogan next to me, Kush? Hulk Hogan was Jewish.
You know what it is, Converse? I think
I'm
they're
trying to
really, like
distract them, like,
jealous
trying
or
to
something.
I never saw Hulk Hogan complain once in his life.
I never said you're preemptively trying to block me, but you don't even know what my argument is. Because the issue is that what happens is you have a strong moral compass.
Strong religious component.
Converse, please help me out, bro. He's not gonna stop.
Why are you guys feeding stereotypes right now, guys? Come on.
Hulk Hogan never complained about being Jewish. Why are you complaining about Jewish people complaining?
Seinfeld's a great show.
What do you gotta say about Korean?
Just move him, bro. I'll say it.
He's talking about a strong religious
Another
component.
question.
Congress,
I
you
have
gotta move
another
Congress
question.
down. You gotta move Congress
I have
down.
another question.
Listen, concrete.
You have a strong moral compass. It offers a contrast between the world and what the world could be.
You gotta move Congressman
And so you end
down.
up seeing so much injustice and so much wayward moral behavior that you can't help to call
Oh
it
my
out.
God.
So what you take to be complaining is actually just a critique on the broader world, and it's
The good news is saying is the best friend who came to the singer should probably be a bitch. The good news is the state is much more lenient.
well, the
We don't
annoying
need to
part
hire
is that
people or
you
have
might be
some
very
kids doing that.
comfortable
Like
in
if
a
you do a whole day
debauchery
getting sick
world. You might be
every 4 days, we'll just high traffic.
the standards that have been set, and it just feels uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable
I think
for you.
LaHood is
because they're
hated
trying
and
to
he would
disrupt
lose
that
no
comfort
actual
by
living
calling
support, just
attention.
the Ryan
So it's like that. It's
something.
like I get
That's
like a
kind of
headache.
who's doing his worst.
I understand there's a physiological effect or a physiological component to discomfort. That's all I'm saying.
And I also have another question. I don't think that's true. I don't think I go into debauchery or anything.
Debauchery, do you mind if I ask you some personal questions and we can figure it out if it's the case?
Hold on, I got one more question.
Go ahead.
And I'm done. You asked me a question. I hear that.
Oh, hey, hold on a second. Okay, we're trying again. Worked. Okay, good. Congressman, welcome.
Hey, how are you doing?
Potential congressman, anyway.
Candidate congressman.
Candidate, there you go.
I'm about to record some information from a book called The Best Enlightenment Quotes and Passages to Awaken the Buddha Within.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You're a Republican.
Yeah.
How do you
you feel about the Republican Party?
Pretty good, because I live in the land of Lincoln, and I'm a big Abraham Lincoln fan, and it was the Republicans that saved
no,
the
I'm talking
Republic.
about not Abraham Lincoln Republicans. I'm talking about what's going on today.
Oh well,
You're
I would.
comfortable with the Republican Party?
I would call it more. I would call that what you're describing as the Uniparty, not the Republican Party.
You call it the what?
Uniparty.
Uniparty?
It doesn't matter who's in control. They're just going to keep borrowing and spending. They're spending $20 billion a day. $20 billion a day. The federal government passes out.
Yeah. Listen, it's all well. Okay. Yes. All right. Anyway, so you're not uncomfortable with the agenda that the Republican Party is pushing in this country.
What's the agenda that they're pushing?
Well, we could start with the immigration stuff. That would be a good place to start. The roundups of people,
Yeah.
not criminals, not all the criminals that you talk about, but just working people.
Yeah.
That you're okay with that?
Well, this is why I meditate. I hate to tell you that, it's hard to be okay with that, but, knowing that this country is all immigrants, it's hard to know how to process this situation, because if you work for ICE and that job is supporting your wife and kids, and it's your job to go deport people.
Yeah, I know. It's everybody's self-centered. Yeah, I got that. Everybody's worried about paying the rent, whether they're immigrants or ICE officials or whoever. That's the problem. They don't have any fucking morals. They don't give a shit. They give them enough money and they're happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened in fucking Germany.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I find, basically, I think the Democrats are just fucking useless. But I think that the Republicans are fucking evil. So I would, in the interim, I'll go with useless over evil.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm actually more of a libertarian than, the Democrats or Republicans, because I just view them as both being...
Well, then why are you a Republican?
Because...
Why don't you run on another party?
Because I'm running against a Republican, and it's basically a strategy. Like, this is the way, this is the Trojan.
So you're not really a Republican. You're wearing their coat for this particular play. Is that what's going on?
No, I want to essentially reintroduce like a pure, truer form of republicanism based off of Abraham Lincoln as the precedent.
Yeah. You actually think you think America will still be here in 10 years.
Well, this again is one of those things where if you can say it, it is not true. I actually believe that this campaign has been an incredible experiment of communication, and so.
You mean your campaign?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Because
I think that's the value of it, is you can put ideas out into the world. Fuck whether you get elected or not. The point is you're able to put ideas out there.
Yeah,
that's important.
100%. If you ask people, what is 7 trillion divided by 365 days, most people cannot even tell you what that is.
No, fucking, they don't even give a shit.
Well, that calculation is an important number, which is 20 billion a day.
Yeah, I got it. But it's irrelevant to most people. That's not the way they think. Weirdos like you and me pay attention to all this shit. Most people don't care. They don't want to know about it. It's too much trouble. It's going to get in the way of their ability to watch television tonight if they have to think about all this political and economic bullshit. They don't want to think about it. They want to vote for someone who will make it all go away and make them happy. They're all a bunch of fucking brain-damaged language monkeys. Sorry, I get carried away sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really like, you've seen that old movie Network, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the quotes from that movie are like timeless.
Oh, yeah. Great movie. Yeah. Everybody's pissed off, but nobody's pissed off enough to actually read anything or study anything or devote themselves to taking some action. They sit around and watch TV and complain. Fuck them. Wake them up. They need to fucking wake up and start paying attention.
Well, you know what I like to tell people who complain about complainers?
You just did.
Well, you know, I hope that, you know, you will listen to like 1 to 3 minutes of enlightenment quotes and passages as I record them on YouTube. Because
Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen, that's probably good. Except, you know, like I said, language only gets you so far. I mean, the best quotes in the world by the most enlightened people sometimes they, you know, at the right time, the right words can transform a life. 99.9% of the time, the right words don't do shit. That people read it and go, oh yeah, oh that's cool, oh yeah, but it doesn't actually transform them.
Well, that's why I think that meditation is more like a trance hypnosis that you should be aware of for relaxation purposes. Because you're going to
Well,
forget.
it depends on what you mean by meditation. I use it for different purposes, but yeah, it depends on what you intend to achieve in doing whatever it is you're doing.
So my theory is that all communication is hypnosis, and that if you can induce a hypnosis, you induce an amnesia. And so no one remembers what the script is that creates the hypnosis. If it's a really good one. It doesn't make any sense, but...
See, it's you know, it does. My whole sense is that literally people are entranced by the voice in their head. That's the initial hypnosis that they never escape. It's not about interperson. It's not about me and you, or you and I hypnotizing each other. It's me being under the spell of the voice in my own head. That's the issue. That's what distinguishes Homo sapiens from Homo lucidus.
Mm-hmm.
Homo lucidus knows that the voice in its head is just its fucking language machine. And it pays very close attention to it and doesn't believe every goddamn thing that comes out of its mouth.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is why I think books are like, you know, boo, like they're spirits. I mean, because you can run the script through your mind. It doesn't have to be your own words.
A lot of people don't get that, unfortunately. But for readers, yeah, I'm a reader, and books have totally transformed my life. I can't imagine life without books. But a lot of people have never read a book. I mean, after they got out of high school, have never read a book in their life. Most people, actually. I don't know what the percentage. I should ask ChatGPT. I wonder in America how that literacy breaks down.
Yeah, I've spent many, many years recording people on this app and having conversations with people on this app, and I see no progress whatsoever with any of the people on this app. But I'm basically going to stop all my Clubhouse recordings relatively soon, and then turn all of them to public, because after you do a live stream, it goes to private, then you have to log into the account, and then I mass change the visibility to public because I hate to do it individually on my cell phones. But anyways, I'm you know, gonna rededicate myself to getting the signatures for the ballots in all the towns.
How many do you need?
2,200.
How many do you have?
0.
How much time do you have?
Let's just say like till February.
Oh, okay. You got plenty of time then. Okay. To get 2,200. Well, shit. Yeah, you and a couple other people could probably do that in a few weekends if you know, worked hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm only like 2 hours away from the town where I need to get, where there's 200,000 people. So.
Okay, yeah, you park yourself someplace where there's a lot of people and have a nice little sign, a pretty girl hanging around or something.
Yeah, a pretty girl with a flag. That's all I need.
There you go, a Republican flag too. Yeah.
But I have a lot of like historical books from Illinois. And, you know, I'm going to like pull from some of that if I can find the time. But I did use
Well,
grok.
what is your intention? What is the change that you want to implement in your actions here? What do you want to have happen? I mean, you probably being elected is just ain't going to happen. So then, or is that still? I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, weirder things have happened in the universe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, believe me, it's all about injecting mind viruses, and if I can
Okay,
get
well, so you're up for winning it if that works out, but it's unlikely. But you're up for that? You're ready for that?
yeah, I'm ready to win this
Okay,
thing.
all right, cool, yeah, all right.
I'm 42. I've been through the corporate world. I've been through the government. I've been through the
Yeah,
military.
you can make up shit as well as anybody else, probably.
Well, that's kind of the point where it's like, I don't know. I feel like, if I can basically introduce an enlightenment approach to politics and help educate people on the economy and the Federal Reserve and borrowing and spending and the banking industrial complex.
Okay, good luck, man. Good luck.
I mean, I've been talking about this stuff with my uncle for many, many years, and he's a big critic.
This stuff is vital to a lot of people. Maybe who knows? Maybe as many as 5% of people actually care about this. And it's honestly, it's true. It's important. All that's true. It's just that the vast majority of humans don't give a shit.
Well, see, that's the problem. That a 17-year-old, 25-year-old girl or boy, right out of college, like if they are completely unaware of how they are essentially an automaton in a much larger system, they will never.
No, they can understand that. That's a separate issue. Come on, those aren't the same issue. Understanding how the present system works is important to understand.
Well, it's basically it's the rat race. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, capitalism was a wonderful step forward from feudalism. It was a great thing. It served the planet well for a couple centuries. It doesn't work anymore. This is a new world. We're going to have to come up with something better than that.
Oh, I heard people talking about maternity leave, paternity leave today, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, could you imagine you're so poor that we have to force our employers to give us a little time to have a baby, and then you get right back to work. It's like...
Why are they even having babies if they're in that kind of a situation? Fuck them. They shouldn't be having babies if they can't afford to have a fucking baby and raise it properly.
Well, see, this, the communication is about how can we work, have a baby, have a house. How can we, how can everybody have everything?
Yeah, no, everybody, you can't have everything. You have to make choices.
Well, I'm saying
the model,
the model is all based around the family. So, I mean, that's the basis of
which is, again, really a wonderful model for, I don't know, maybe 50% of people. But that model doesn't work for everybody. Didn't work for me. I'm a hermit. I love being a hermit. I never wanted to be married and have a family and kids and a house and responsibility. None of that was ever of any interest to me.
Well, that's the primary communication, the nuclear family. It's the basis of our government, the basis of society.
You gotta learn how to say it. It's nuclear, not nuclear.
Nuclear.
You're going to get laughed off stages.
I've been listening to this nuclear, complaint my whole life.
Yeah. Well, learn it. You don't want to have to listen to this the rest of your life.
Well, anyways, the point is, I mean, I can tell you why I think there's a problem with the government. It's $20 billion a day problem. That's the biggest one.
Like I say, I don't care. The United States is out of the picture. It's over. I expect it'll be gone in 10 years. Maybe it'll drag out a little longer. I don't know. But it's over. The American century was great. We did some good stuff. We did some shitty stuff. And we ran the world for a while. That's over, people. And we better wake up to that. Because it's China's turn for the next 10 years maybe, and then they're going to collapse. But in the meantime, we'd be smart if we partnered with China instead of argued with them. They are the future, or at least the next 10 years.
Yeah. They, I just saw today they're building $125 billion hydroelectric dam, and but it'll only increase the GDP by 0.02%.
Yeah, but it'll serve the country well.
Yeah.
It may not, like I say, for the past 50 years, America's been spending all of its money on military. For the past 50 years, China's been spending money on infrastructure and educating its youth.
Yeah.
And now it's showing up finally. Look at their cities. Look at America. Look at the education system. Look at the number of PhDs in science that are coming out of China as opposed to anywhere else. It's their turn.
Well, we have this amazing golden bucket of ever flowing money. And it's
What
just,
do you mean? What is that? A bucket of ever-flowing money? What the fuck are you talking about?
meaning that, like, your average Chinese, per capita income, let's say it's 8,000 a year.
Listen, I don't care. Listen, all those details shit are irrelevant to me. There are all sorts of places where they're fucked up. China is not an ideal place at all.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the future for the next 10, 15 years or so. At least that's, I make all this shit up. What the fuck do I know? I read stuff. That's all I know.
Well, the real analysis is, what does $1 buy you in terms of, the Chinese yuan, the Argentinian peso, the Israeli shekel,
Yeah,
Syrian
all that
dinar.
stuff. Yeah, that's all very important. But again, that's all going to change in the next. Yeah, that's all. Again, the way we do things now, I think, is all going to be gone. We're headed into a new civilization, new ways of organizing ourselves, new theories of I don't think we're going to make it. We're going to change. We're going to save the old thing and make it work better in the future. I think it's like the caterpillar and the butterfly. The old system is disintegrating, and a new system will replace it.
Well, I live in 100-year-old house, and this house has been here 100 years. So I have a little bit of historical data to suggest that this house will probably be here for at least another 50 years.
Yeah, probably, unless it burns down or something, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you can say all day long that America is going to disintegrate, but that's like saying,
No, it has disintegrated. It already has. Look, the bridges, you can't see it. America is decaying. It's just fucking falling apart. There are a couple bright spots here and there, but you look at the major cities in the United States, they're all dying.
Well, when was the last time you had been to Fort Lauderdale?
No, listen, there are some places that are cool. Listen, I don't know.
I mean, Governor Ron DeSantis loves to tout how they've paid down the debt 2 years in a row.
Listen,
no income taxes.
This is just not a subject that I give a shit about and have any interest in discussing. All this economic stuff is of no interest to me. So
well,
if that's what you want to talk about, you're going to have to go start.
That's why I came in. The only reason I'm doing this is because, I'm using this as political campaign content, but I came in here, to discuss Enlightenment quotes and passages.
Yeah, well, that's something we can talk about. Although, like I say, the word enlightenment is problematic, but yeah.
Why is it problematic?
Because nobody knows what the fuck it means. People talk about it all the time. They're not enlightened, but they've got all these opinions about enlightenment. They don't know anything.
Well, the word is in light, so what is the source of light?
Beats me. What, the flashlight, the sun?
No, it's wisdom. Wisdom is always considered the light.
Oh, listen, okay. You're doing poetry now. Fine.
We're shifting from politics.
Yeah, I don't know how much there is for us to talk about, really. Because that's interesting. Yeah.
Well, we don't have to talk about it.
I think your path is just really different than mine, and I'm not sure that there's that much overlap to talk about.
Well, why would you think some random person on the internet is going to overlap with your journey?
Oh, well, no, I I don't assume that's going to happen, but it does happen sometimes, and that's always encouraging. No, I assume they don't. But I'm here. I'm looking for people who are. The only reason I'm here is because I'm a revolutionary. I'm here to change people's minds about stuff. And so what I'm interested is finding a person who's open-minded, who isn't totally nailed down every last possibility and assumption, and is still asking questions. That's the kind of person I want to talk to.
Well, I know this pretty lawyer. She said, I feel like the problem is people ask questions.
Go ahead, say that again.
I met this beautiful attorney once at a bar, and I started seeing her, and she was confiding in me and telling me about her work, and she was frustrated, and she said, I feel like the problem is people ask a lot of questions.
Shit, get away from that woman quickly. If it makes her uncomfortable, if people are asking questions, I don't know.
See, I took it as more of like a mystical, spiritual answer. Like I thought she was. See, I think your analysis is probably. I was giving her too much credit.
And she was cute, so therefore she gets a buy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's okay. That works. Yeah. In sex, I mean, all this other shit goes out the window.
Well, sex is definitely the best thing about a beautiful woman.
Well, from one to that, that's one way of looking at it. That's certainly not the whole story, but it's certainly not the best. It's just a very nice quality. It's not the best.
It's one of the best.
It's one of the best. It's one of them. Yes, people can have lots of interesting qualities, worthwhile qualities. They might be enlightened.
I know, that's the default, really. I mean, that's how I try to. That's how I like to think of everybody. And it's
Now, I assume everybody is a brain damaged language monkey, but I'm open. I mean, I give them at least 2 or 3 minutes, and I'll listen to see if they're indeed brain damaged language monkeys or if they're actually thinking. I mean, it doesn't take more than a minute or two to figure that out usually. But I just assume that they're all brain damaged language monkeys, and I'm right, 95% of the time. But it's a pleasure when I find someone who's not.
Yeah, I was listening to, I have this Aleister Crowley poetry CD in my bathroom that I listen to when I take a hot bath. And he's talking about the earth and the universe and thus how man is so infinitely great. And, it's kind of, he claims that every man and every woman is a star. So, if that analogy sticks, there's a saying like the star that burns twice as bright burns half as long. But I do think, wisdom is essentially how you can increase your IQ, your EQ, your luminosity, your brightness. It can take you places, if you're shrewd and you have wisdom, or you have wisdom of God or knowledge of God, or self-knowledge, that can keep you alive. I mean, you can enjoy the light of reality.
I suppose. Do you know anybody who can do that?
Yeah, Alan Watts is a perfect example.
Pardon?
Alan Watts is a perfect example.
Really? Well, I don't know. I never talked to him, so again, he's the most important person in the world, but he's still a human being. He still had some dumb ideas floating around in his head.
Well, from a communications perspective, he was very successful.
Oh, yeah. He was great. He's the most important person in the world to me. That doesn't mean that everything he ever said was absolutely the best way it could ever possibly be said. It was just the best he could do.
Well,
he's pretty fucking good.
He's basically Joe Rogan. He recorded a podcast his whole life, and now it's been listened to by hundreds of millions of people. It's a big success because most people are just engaged in fucking
he's
bullshit.
More popular now, I think, than he was ever before.
Yeah.
He continues to inspire people.
Okay, I'm gonna record from this book to awaken the Buddha within. You want to hear a couple passages?
Wait, no, I don't actually. If we're not going to talk about something that I'm actually interested in talking about, then I'm going to go back to doing my art.
Well, this is what you're interested in. We can read one verse, and then discuss it.
I'm not interested in doing that. Like I say, I'm here to assist people to wake up from the.
Do you want to hear what the? You want to hear what the contents are? I'll just give you the 10 words.
No, I don't. I really don't. I'm not interested.
Well, this is what you're interested in.
I can do with my time that it would be more productive. You know.
Okay, well then I thank you for the brief conversation.
Yeah, listen, I'm here to talk about stuff that I'm excited about.
Okay, this is called Eternal Now. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words really failed me. Past and future dropped away. I forgot who and what I was. My name, manhood, animalhood, all that could be called mine. It was as if I had been born that instant, brand new, mindless, innocent of all memories. There existed only the now. That present moment and what was clearly given in it. To look was enough. And what I found was khaki trouser legs terminating downwards in a pair of brown shoes, khaki sleeves terminating sideways in a pair of pink hands, and a khaki shirt front terminating upwards in absolutely nothing whatever, certainly not in a head. It took me no time at all to notice that this nothing, this hole where a head should have been, was no ordinary vacancy. No mere nothing. On the contrary, it was vast emptiness, vastly filled, and nothing that found room for everything, room for grass, trees, shadowy distant hills, and far above them snow peaks, like a row of angular clouds riding the blue sky. I had lost a head and gained a world. Douglas Harding. Most of us assume as a matter of common sense that space is nothing, that it's not important and has no energy. But as a matter of fact, space is the basis of existence. How could you have stars without space? Stars shine out of space. Stars shine out of space, and something comes out of nothing just in the same way as when you listen. In an unprejudiced way, you hear all sounds coming out of silence. It is amazing. Silence is the origin of sound, just as space is the origin of stars. And woman is the origin of man. If you listen and pay close attention to what is, you will discover that there is no past, no future, and no one listening. You cannot hear yourself listening. You live in the eternal now, and you are that. It is really extremely simple, and that is the way it is, Alan Watts. Okay, this is called Alan Watts now. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words really failed me. Past and future dropped away. I forgot who and what I was. Tickles. My name, manhood, animalhood, all that could be called mine. It was as if I had been I found was khaki trouser legs terminating downwards in a pair of brown shoes, khaki sleeves terminating sideways in a pair of pink hands, the khaki shirt front Okay, I'm reading Wisdom Ben. I've been listening to Clown House for like 2 weeks now. This is a reading break. This house has been here 100 years, so I have a little bit of historical data to suggest that this house will probably be here for at least another 50 years.
Well, probably, unless it burns down or something, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can say all day long that America is going to disintegrate, but that's like saying, you know,
No, it has disintegrated. It already has. Look, the bridges. You can't see it. America is decaying. It's just fucking falling apart. There are a couple bright spots here and there, but if you look at the major cities in the United States, they're all dying.
Well, when was the last time you've been to Fort Lauderdale?
No, there are some places that are cool. Listen, I don't know.
I mean, Governor Ron DeSantis loves to tout how they've paid down the debt 2 years in a row.
Listen,
No income
This
taxes.
is just not a subject that I give a shit about and have any interest in discussing. All this economic stuff is of no interest to me. So if that's what you want to talk about, you're going to have to go start.
That's why I came in.
About it.
The only reason I'm doing this is because, like, you know, I'm using this as political campaign content, but I came in here, you know, to discuss enlightenment quotes and passages.
Well, that's something we can talk about. Although, like I said, the word enlightenment is problematic, but yeah.
Why is it problematic?
Because nobody knows what the fuck it means. People talk about it all the time. That they're not enlightened, but they've got all these opinions about enlightenment. They don't know anything.
Well, the word is in light, so what is the source of light?
Beats me. What, the flashlight, the sun?
No, it's wisdom. Wisdom is always considered the light.
Oh, listen, okay. You're doing poetry now. Fine.
We're shifting from politics.
Yeah, I don't know how much there is for us to talk about, really. That's interesting. Yeah.
He loves to be dismissive like that.
It's just really different than mine, and I'm not sure that there's that much overlap to talk about.
Well, why would you think some random person on the internet is going to overlap with your journey?
Oh, well, no, I don't assume that's going to happen, but it does happen sometimes, and that's always encouraging. No, I assume they don't. But I'm looking for people who are, the only reason I'm here is because I'm a revolutionary. I'm here to change
this house. People love to talk. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all. What actually happened was something. I live in talking about this stuff with my uncle for many, many years, and he's.
Oh, this stuff is vital to a lot of people. Maybe who knows? Maybe as many as 5% of people actually care about this. And it's honestly, it's true, it's important, all that's true. It's just that the vast majority of humans don't give a shit.
Well, see, that's the problem, that a 17-year-old, 25-year-old girl or boy, right out of college, like, if they are completely unaware of how they are essentially an automaton in a much larger system, they will never.
No, they can understand that that's a separate issue. Come on, those aren't the same issue. Understanding how the present system works is important to understand.
Well, it's basically it's the rat race. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, capitalism was a wonderful step forward from feudalism. It was a great thing. It served the planet well for a couple centuries. It doesn't work anymore. This is a new world. We're going to have to come up with something better than that.
So I heard people talking about paternity leave today, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, could you imagine you're so poor that we have to force our employers to give us a little time to have a baby, and then you get right back to work. It's like,
why are they even having babies if they're in that kind of a situation? Fuck them. They shouldn't be having babies if they can't afford to have a fucking baby and raise it properly.
Well, see, the communication is about how can we work, have a baby, how can we, how can everybody have everything?
Yeah, no, everybody, you can't have everything. You have to make choices.
Well, I'm saying the model is all based around the family. So, I mean, that's the basis of.
Yeah, which is, again, really a wonderful model for, I don't know, maybe 50% of people. But that model doesn't work for everybody. Didn't work for me. I'm a hermit. I love being a hermit. I never wanted to be married and have family and kids and a house and responsibility. None of that was ever of any interest to me.
Well, that's the primary communication, the nuclear family. It's the basis of our government,
Well,
the basis of
you got to
society.
say it. It's nuclear, not nuclear.
Nuclear.
You're going to get laughed off stages.
I've been listening to this nuclear, complaint my whole life.
Yeah. Well, learn it. You don't want to have to listen to this the rest of your life.
Well, anyways, the point is, I mean, I can tell you why I think there's a problem with the government. It's $20 billion a day problem. That's the biggest one.
Like I say, I don't care.
I've talked about this stuff with my uncle for many years, and he's.
This stuff is vital to a lot of.
I like how he finishes every communication with "I don't care." What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and all mental chatter died down. For once, words. What actually happened. Okay, I'm gonna read a few more of these. Most of us assume, as a matter of common sense, that space is nothing, that it's not important and has no energy. But as a matter of fact, space is the basis of existence. How could you have stars without space? Stars shine out of space, and something comes out of nothing, just in the same way as when you listen, in an unprejudiced way. You hear all sounds coming out of silence. It is amazing. Silence is the origin of sound, just as space is the origin of stars, and woman is the origin of man. If you listen and pay close attention to what is, you will discover that there is no past, no future, and no one listening. You cannot hear yourself listening. You live in the eternal now, and you are that. It is really extremely simple, and that is the way it is. Ellen Watts. Why does the mind habitually deny or resist the now? Because it cannot function and remain in control without time, which is past and future. So it perceives the timeless now as threatening. Time and mind are in fact inseparable. Eckhart Tolle. If you want to know what it means to be happy, look at a flower, a bird, a child. They are perfect images of the kingdom, for they live from moment to moment in the eternal now, with no past and no future. Anthony de Mello. Realization is uncovering that you are already free. It is always here and only relieves you of bondage. It is throwing the bucket of your individuality into the well of being, without the ropes of desire, intention, thought, or attachment. Don't try to go anywhere. Just simply be. The only need is to be, not even seeing. It is so simple that it is difficult. It is here and now, this very instant. There is no today, yesterday, or tomorrow in the now. When nothing ever existed, what is there to be free from? Emptiness has to be emptied of emptiness. Freedom must be free of freedom. In freedom, there is nothing to do and nothing not to do. It cannot be imagined or touched. Human birth is for this freedom. So smell freedom. Inhale freedom. Be freedom. Every moment freedom is here to hug you. Eternity is now, living moment to moment. It's a matter of common sense that space is nothing. As a matter of fact, most of us assume. These are eternal now quotes. us will probably be here for at least another 50 years. What actually happened was something absurdly simple and unspectacular. I stopped thinking. Reason and imagination and time isn't precious at all because it is an illusion. What you perceive as precious is not time, but the one point that is out of time, the now. That is precious indeed. The more you are focused on time past and the future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. Eckhart Tolle. Know that in this way there are myriads of forms and hundreds of grasses throughout the entire earth, and yet each grass and each form itself is the entire earth. The study of this is the beginning of practice. When you are at this place, there is just one grass, there is just one form. There is understanding of form and no understanding of form. There is understanding of grass and no understanding of grass. Since there is nothing but just this moment, the time being is all the time there is. Grass being, form being, and are both time. Each moment is all being, is the entire world. Reflect now whether any being or any world is left out of the present moment. Dogen. Life can be found only in the present moment. The past is gone. The future is not yet here. And if we do not go back to ourselves in the present moment, we can't be in touch with life. Non-duality, chapter 10. You are total unicity beyond duality. That you are so one with yourself that you cannot perceive yourself. You can only imagine that you are other than that. It is like a knife that can cut so many vegetables but cannot cut itself because it is one with itself. Or the scale which can weigh so many objects but cannot weigh itself. It is the same with the one supreme self, the soul reality. Being ever one with itself, it cannot perceive that which it is. It can only perceive what it is not. Muji. Though others may talk of the way of the Buddhas as something to be reached by various pious practices and by sutra studies, you must have nothing to do with such ideas. A perception, sudden as blinking, that subject and object are one, will lead to a deeply mysterious, wordless understanding, and by this understanding you awake to the truth of Zen, Huang Po. When your mind doesn't stir inside, the world doesn't arise outside. When the world and the mind are both transparent, this is true vision, and such understanding is Bodhidharma. Time isn't precious at all. Time isn't precious. Precious is not time, but the one point that is out of time, the now. That is precious indeed. The more you are focused on time past and the future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. Eckhart Tolle. Know that in this way there are myriads of forms and hundreds of grasses throughout the entire earth, yet each grass and each form itself is the entire earth. The study of this is the beginning of practice. But that's like saying, you know,
It has disintegrated. It already has. Look, the bridges are missing. see it. America is decaying. It's just fucking falling apart. There are a couple bright spots here and there, but you look at the major cities in the United States, they're all dying.
Well, when was the last time you've been to Fort Lauderdale?
Well, there are some places that are cool. Listen, I don't know.
I mean, Governor Ron DeSantis loves to tout how they paid down the debt 2 years in a row. Time isn't precious at all because it is an illusion. What you perceive as precious is not time. Precious at all because it is an illusion. What you perceive as precious is not time, but the one point that is out of time, the now. That is precious indeed. The more you are focused on time past and the future, the more you miss the now, the most precious thing there is. Eckhart Tolle. Know that in this way there are myriads of forms and hundreds of grasses throughout the entire earth, yet each grass and each form itself is the entire earth. The study of this is the beginning of practice. When you are at this place, there is just one grass, there is just one form. There is understanding of form and no understanding of form. There is understanding of grass and no understanding of grass. Since there is nothing but just this moment, time being is all the time there is. Grass being, form being, and are both time. Each moment is all being, is the entire world. Reflect now whether any being or any world is left out of the present moment. Dogen. Life can be found only in the present moment. The past is gone. The future is not yet here. And if we do not go back to ourselves in the present moment, we can't be in touch with life. Non-duality, chapter 10. You are total unicity beyond duality. That you are. You are so one with yourself that you cannot perceive yourself. You can only imagine that you are other than that. It is like a knife that can cut so many vegetables but cannot cut itself because it is one with itself. Or the scale which can weigh so many objects but cannot weigh itself. It is the same with the one supreme self, the soul reality. Being ever one with itself, it cannot perceive that which it is. It can only perceive what it is not. Muji. Though others may talk of the way of the Buddhas, something to be reached by various pious practices and by sutra studies, you must have nothing to do with such ideas. A perception, sudden as blinking, that subject and object are one, will lead to a deeply mysterious, wordless understanding, and by this understanding you will wake the truth of Zen. Wait, oh. When your mind doesn't stir inside, the world doesn't arise outside. When the world... I hate to tell you that, it's hard to be okay with that, but, knowing that this country is all immigrants, it's hard to know how to process this situation, because if you work for ICE and that job is supporting your wife and kids, and it's your job to go to parties.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's self-centered. Yeah, I got that. Everybody's worried about paying the rent, whether they're immigrants or nice officials or whoever. That's the problem. They don't have any fucking morals. They don't give a shit. They give them enough money and they're happy. That's what happens in fucking Germany.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I find, basically I think the Democrats are just fucking useless. But I think that the Republicans are fucking evil. So I would, in the interim, I'll go with useless
don't you run on another party?
Because I'm running against a Republican, and it's basically a strategy. Like, this is the way. This is the
Okay, so you're not really a Republican. You're wearing their coat for this particular play. Is that what's going on?
No, I want to essentially reintroduce like a purer, truer form of republicanism based off of Abraham Lincoln as the precedent.
Yeah. You actually think you think America will still be here in 10 years?
Well, this again is one of those things where if you should say it, it is not true. You know,
I
actually believe that this campaign has been an incredible experiment of communication, and so.
Which, your campaign?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Because I
think that's the value of it, is you can put ideas out into the world. Fuck whether you get elected or not. The point is you're able to put ideas out there.
Yeah.
That's important.
100%. If you ask people, what is 7 trillion divided by 365 days, most people cannot even tell you.
No, they don't even give a shit.
Well,
you're okay with that?
Well, this is why I meditate. I hate to tell you that, it's hard to be okay with that, but.
Most people, that's not the way they think. Weirdos like you and me pay attention to all this shit. Most people don't care.
The fault. That is fatality in love, as in every other form of will, is impurity. It is not the spontaneity that I.
Economic bullshit. They don't want to think about it. They want to vote.
I hate to tell you that, it's hard to be okay with that.
Volatile people that you've come across on this app. Most 100%. If only they didn't believe in
other personal physical ailments or issues from
Zen Buddhism points to several layers of wisdom in his response.
days to weeks and weeks to months with your help I am spared wasted. That doesn't make me better. My rejuvenation will not come easily. Heal of all, heal me. Measure of eternity, eternal God grant. Wise counsel of God. How can I make my way through the confusion?
with his off season, we're always trying.
Republican Party, rather the Democratic America has been known.
What Biden was gonna present.
I have recorded so much Clubhouse on YouTube. It's fucking mind blowing. There's nobody I think I haven't sampled. I if I hear a new voice, I generally grab my phone right away and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna record this.
100%. If only they didn't believe in guns, it would be like a perfect environment. I'm in Western Washington, so I've got some of the lefty.
Okay, we're gonna record a few more wisdom things on 3 other phones, and then I'll probably do one more round. Hope you're enjoying this. This is Alan Watts Now.
Be a good place to start the roundups of people, not criminals, not all the criminals they talk about, but just working people.
Yeah.
Now, you're okay with that?
Well, this is why I meditate. I hate to tell you that, it's hard to be okay with that, but, knowing that this country is all immigrants, it's hard to know how to process this situation, because if you work for ICE and that job is supporting your wife and kids, and it's your job to go deport people.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's self-centered. Yeah, I got that. Everybody's worried about paying the rent, whether they're immigrants or ICE officials or whoever. That's the problem. They don't have any fucking morals. They don't give a shit. They give them enough money and they're happy. That's what happened in fucking Germany.
Yeah, that's true.
Coming back, everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is see is the overrun. And so the expense is wanting to figure out why.
So we're taking
The understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me.
a look and
Is the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that happens to me, everything is coming back. Everything appeared different to me. The world seemed entirely new. In praise of God, I only begin to realize how very much you've done for me. I must now internalize the understanding that everything that
Okay. There we go. This is the last part. Okay, this is the last part. Here we go. When your mind doesn't stir inside, the world doesn't arise outside. When the world and the mind are both transparent, this is true vision, and such understanding is. The choiceless truth of who you are is revealed to be permanently here, permeating everything, not a thing and not separate from anything. For every individual is a unique manifestation of the whole, as every branch is a particular outreaching of the tree. To manifest individuality, every branch must have a sensitive connection with the tree, just as our interdependently moving and differentiated fingers must have a sensitive connection with the whole body. The point which can hardly be repeated too often is that differentiation is not separation. And went looking for him, and lost him, and lost myself. The drop merged with the sea. Who can find it now? In the stillness of the night, the goddess whispers. In the bright of the day, dear God roars. Life pulses, mind imagines, emotions wave, thoughts wander. What are these but the endless movements of one taste? Forever at play with its own gestures, whispering quietly to all who will listen, is this not yourself? When the thunder roars, do you not hear yourself? When the lightning cracks, do you not see yourself? When the clouds float quietly across the sky, is this not your very own limitless being waving back at you? Looking at a sunset, just for a second you forget your separateness. You are the sunset. That is the moment when you feel the beauty of it. But the moment you say that it is a beautiful sunset, you are no longer feeling it. You have come back to your separate, enclosed entity of the ego. Now the mind is speaking, and this is one of the mysteries, that the mind can speak and knows nothing, and the heart knows everything and cannot speak. Perhaps to know too much makes it difficult to speak. The mind knows so little, it is possible for it to speak. Oh, sure. We live in succession, in division, in parts and particles. Meantime, within man is the soul of the whole, the wise silence, the universal beauty to which every part and particle is equally related, the eternal
When your mind doesn't stir inside, the world doesn't arise outside. When the world and the mind, this is true vision. Assume, as a matter of common sense, that space is nothing, that it's not important and has no energy. But as a matter of fact, space is the basis of existence. How could you have stars without space? Stars shine out of space, and something comes out of nothing, just in the same way as when you listen, in an unprejudiced way. You hear all sounds coming out of silence. It is amazing. Silence is the origin of sound, just as space is the origin of stars, and woman is the origin of man. If you listen and pay close attention to what is, you will discover that there is no past, no future, and no one listening. You cannot hear yourself listening. You live in the eternal now, and you are that. It is really extremely simple, and that is the way it is. Ellen Watts. Why does the mind habitually deny or resist the now? Because it cannot function and remain in control without time, which is past and future. So it perceives the timeless now as threatening. Time and mind are in fact inseparable. Eckhart Tolle. If you want to know what it means to be happy, look at a flower, a bird, a child. They are perfect images of the kingdom, for they live from moment to moment in the eternal now with no past and no future. Anthony de Mello. Realization is uncovering that you are already free. It is always here and only relieves you of bondage. It is throwing the bucket of your individuality into the well of being, without the ropes of desire, intention, thought, or attachment.
JR is here. Welcome, JR, a celestial being of great light. A giggler. A jiggler. Oh, he left us. JR left us.
Assume is a...
Everybody left the room. Everybody left.
Wait a minute, you cut me off. Let me, I mean, I'm not saying you, I'm not specifically saying you. I'm specifically saying a lot of the trainees that are like getting their butt pumped and they're getting BBLs and titties and all that, they do disrespect women who are full-blown women. Don't think you're gonna stand next to me with a BBL and think you better than me. You're not. Because you're not going to think you're better than me, because you're not. All you have is a butthole. And I'm sure you need to get a colonoscopy after you get your fucking butt fucked. You're sick, so you want to stand next to me and think you're better than me. You're not. But what you can do is stand next to me and respect me. And if you don't want to respect me, then I'm not going to respect your sexuality as well. Like I said, I don't have a problem with gay people. It's only the trainees I have an issue with, because why do you want to look like a woman? Be a man. If you're a man that like a man, look like a man. Why do you want to?
This is a missile trap.
Have this percent? Why do you want to trick men into like I'm a woman? Why are you tricking men? Why are you tricking people into thinking? Because when a man like a Mexican or a black man, like if they see a train, they're confused. They don't know what it is until they find out what it is. And then half the time when they find out what it is, they don't want the trainings. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the point of doing this identity change over if you want a man. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Once a trainee can help me figure that out, maybe I'll be more susceptible to their asses and their titties and what they're trying to do out here. But a lot of them are trying to, just basically like act like they're men. They're trying to act like it, look like they want to, look like women. They want to, I don't know. I just don't get that part. And my thing about it is, it makes me sad because I know quite a few people who got set on fire for this. They done got thrown in trunks. Like, don't y'all understand what y'all doing to y'allself out here? Y'all getting yourself killed out here because y'all want to fucking trick men into thinking that y'all women. Identity crisis and all that goes out the door. It's more to that. They want to look like women, period. They want the attention women get. And I say in my brain, be careful. If you on here and you're training and you dress like women and you got a fat ass and titties and all that, be safe. That's all I'm saying. Furthermore, y'all need to stop tricking people. Be you. Dress like a man. Put on a suit. Put on a suit. I woke that motherfucking shit up. I'm going to go on mute.
I just want to say one thing. Tranny is a derogatory term, so you cannot use that. If they're trans, then say trans. But tranny is a derogatory term.
Come on. They trannies, man. They trannies.
Hold on, let me say something. The proper term is trans. Trans.
Hold on.
I'm going to say trainee, baby, because that's what it is.
I'm telling you that's not the derogatory term, ma'am. The proper term is trans.
Let me say something real quick. Shout out to Sister Leah.
Sister Call Me, Sister Horrible, Sister Trail, Kalima, my bad, Sister, Brother Philly, Sister Chris, Sister K, and Nadia on the phone. When she come off, she probably should respond to that because
Everyone's
I want to make it
crying.
an equal battlefield. You know, I don't want to make it an echo chamber. But Sister Brittany gave some good points. You know, and I feel like what can I say? Sister called me from that community, so I want to hear her respond. Kalima, I want to hear her respond to the anything that Sister Brittany say or towards the title until Sister Nadia come off.
Yeah, I disagree with some of the things she said and agree with some of the things she said. I think everybody should be who they are. Shouldn't be tricking anybody into thinking that there's something they're not. So I agree with that. And people definitely, some of the trans community like to move what they call still. I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that within reason, you should tell people who you are and your background and whatnot. I don't think anybody should be out here tricking somebody. Like, to me, that's definitely wrong. I don't agree with that at all.
Like, they're dreamers
but
too.
also, I'm going to say that
I
your
get you,
gender identity.
I get you, but a lot of people just don't see the road in front of them.
Yeah, but how do we relate? You know, I don't have the answer.
You can't relate, man. It's just the differences of people.
Well, it's going to be things like Bitcoin. It's going to be Bitcoin treasure quest, guys. We all know that the white paper was released on Halloween night. What if we said, hey, Gary's going to host 24 days of legend and lore? We reach out to 24 small businesses across America, right? A donut shop in Salem, a pizza shop in Austin, that are 24 businesses that are pro-Bitcoin. And what do we tell them? We say, we're going to release on social media.
Wait a minute. Why do we have to be the missionaries? Why do we have to be the ones that bonk the people on the heads? That's their problem. They don't get it.
We create auspices for celebration and excitement and education. Who doesn't want to go on a treasure quest to get one Bitcoin? Maybe you don't, but me and my friends.
Do you know how hard it is
tell me I can go to donut shop and stay home,
Oh my God.
and then I find out the next.
That's it. Animesh, what do you have to say? Come up here. What's your hand? What's up?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I just want to say that can we do like online oriented business, like on a website that people will come and write?
What? This is a crypto chat. What are you talking about? We're talking about Bitcoin. Okay.
Okay.
Electron.
So I'm in Doge.
What do you have to say?
I'm in Doge, ma'am. Dogecoin.
We're not talking about Dogecoin. That's the shitcoin. We're talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum.
Yes. I have a Bitcoin also, but not much having Bitcoin BTC. So I will buy it.
If you're listening to Gary having all these spaces, he's trying to get, he's talking about this all the time, why it's important to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, you don't want to be getting into all these shitcoins.
Yes, my son, why are you defying the God of Bitcoin? And you are betraying, you, my son, have betrayed the great God. So how can I be of service to you? I am a bishop of the God. What can I do for you?
You're an artist too, Gary. I think this gentleman might be an artist as well. Maybe that's where he was going. Are you looking to monetize your art in Bitcoin and blockchain? Because Gary does do art as well.
Does Bitcoin has art-related content?
There's a gentleman that was speaking. He's in the Doginals. So there is, you can actually do things called ordinals and alpins. Maybe look into that. But I think Gary is focused more on like L1, self-custody Bitcoin and things like MicroStrategy, traditional financial products that are going to move the market cap. But I think that you are in an interesting lane. I just looking at your profile, bro, it looks like you're into creativity, poetry, maybe art. So I was wondering, is that maybe an area of interest? or is it just crypto that you're in the room to discuss? Because if so, I think Dana's right. Like, Dogecoin, bro, has an infinite supply, right? That sounds like a fiat problem, right? Maybe not as bad as, you know, some other currencies, but it wouldn't be much.
It moved off them in the last 5 days, bro.
Electro, who's this guy that has your hand up? Electron?
Move like, hey, look, in fairness, hey, Doge has moved, like, big time.
Did it? I haven't looked at the chart.
Yeah, you know.
Just saying, for an old man who's not a shitcoin, it doesn't mean I can't keep my eye on the fucking balls moving around on the table.
Thanks for the alpha, Gary. I'm gonna look at that chart right now, bro.
Electronic.
Old man shitcoin.
Hey, Dan. Thank you so much for that. Can you hear me fine?
Yep, you can.
Yeah, man. Roger, we got you.
Excellent. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. How about you?
Not bad. Yeah, doing all right. Just had a quick question before I go to before I head out here for tonight. I just wanted to ask Gary. All right, I guess.
Where you going, man? You gonna go party? You gonna go chase some booty, or what you gonna do, man?
Something very boring. It's called sleep. So.
Just out of curiosity, can you give us the experience of a person in China right now? And I say this because we know the overlay there of the communist, let's say, influence on the CCP initially. But, you know, the people like Truth Teller would suggest that the Chinese are actually in a far better place. And I'd be curious what your lived experience is like when it comes to this subject and the idea of maybe the state or the JQ or whatever you want to label it at large. Through the eyes of your typical Chinese person. I'd be very curious.
I would say that it's really homogenous society, and I've been coming and going for a decade, and they're pretty blunt race. Didn't meet a foreigner till they were at least an adolescent, or maybe they saw one on the street. So for them, it's just like races are different. We're Chinese, and everybody else is everybody else. You know, to them, all white people look the same, which is always quite funny to hear. But as far as how they feel about Jews, I think they didn't have an opinion 10 years ago because there was no real reason to. There weren't any of them here. You know, they'd heard of Hitler and shit, but they don't really care. It's not their history. But in the last couple of years, dude, acceleration because of Israel and Gaza. They don't like it at all. And
looks like we had some difficulties with his audio, right? Or can you guys hear him clearly?
No, you dropped
he faded out.
Yeah, great speaker. Hopefully he comes back up. All right, in the meantime, let's go to a new speaker who I have not yet heard. Oh boy, here we go. $2. What's up, brother?
Greetings to everybody. English is my third language. I spoke the other day. So bear with me if I don't come across as an American or a Brit.
No worries.
Now, I've been trying to figure out ways to fight these nasty Jews. By the way, this radio, this space is wonderful. I'm happy finally to see real American people who had enough of these nasty rapist cult. They are just
who are the nasty Jews?
Shalom Shabbat, Goyim. I'll let you know in a bit. So, what we're
Is
going
it the Zionist entity?
I think so. The Jews, we're naming them. I need to get back to my shtetl.
Is it Netanyahu?
The shekel man. I think so. The Jews, we're naming them. I need to get back to my shtetl.
Is it Netanyahu?
The shekel man. So, it's fantastic to hear you guys, and you have woken up finally, and to see these people, what they're doing to your country. The Congress is completely Jewified. I've become a Jewologist since October 7. I've read their Talmud. I know what they're saying about Christ and Mother Mary. I'm not very happy with them. I'm very just...
I'm not even factoring them into this. Like, where are we
Oh my God.
What are we talking about? So true.
Oh my God.
With the people that are here, they have to go back, and we're.
Now, where am I getting deported here?
Back to Russia.
Is that movie The Deported?
It's the
with Leonardo DiCaprio.
No, that's The Departed. Your movie is You're Retarded. But here's the thing. We'll send you back to Russia, where you came from. You can be with your people.
My people, baby. No, look, Russia tried to prevent Jews from leaving. They knew what's up. They knew the Jews were good for them. This is the thing where I tell Nick.
I agree. Russia needs more great industrious Jews like you. Imagine the amount of good that you can do there with. Is it Intercoin?
I don't have anything against Russia except their warmongering. You know?
Hey, KB, I forgot this guy from Clubhouse's name. What's this guy's name? He's an Andrew Meyer superfan.
Wait, who?
The guy wearing the hat. He's bald. What's his real name?
It's in my profile name. That's my legal name, but my clown house name is Edmund Dakin, basically.
That's right, Edmund.
Oh, yeah.
You want to ask? Your name is John Kitover. That's your real name?
Yeah, that's my name.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's my real legal name.
Well, you're looking at me. You're like the guy that cried wolf. Nothing you say will ever be believed because you've told so many lies.
You say, tell us more about
Intercoin. Oh my God, you and Greg have so much in common. Like, this is awesome. Go ahead.
No, actually, now we can talk about Intercoin because now I have time. If you want to talk about
Intercoin. No, let's stick to the room title.
Yes, I agree. I'm not the one who brings up Intercoin.
So how do you do it right now? How do you issue like bounty licenses? Do you just swarm them? Do you use the National Guard? How do you achieve maximum Minnesota deportation?
Hey Greg, since you brought up Intercoin, I have a question for you. Do you think Intercoin is worth more or Jay Bruce?
Or what?
The answer will shock you.
I don't even know what you just said. Jay Bruce?
Whatever happened to your crypto coin that you created with KB, Andrew?
No, we never launched it. Never launched.
Still worth more than Intercoin.
Failure to launch coin?
We were gonna do some big things, and then the universe said, "Don't do it," so we didn't do it.
I don't know who said it's still worth more than Intercoin. See, that's the thing.
I said it.
Intercoin is worth 0.006 of a cent of a dollar, right? Like it's an insanely low amount. Andrew's coin, right? That was never launched. The concept of it is actually technically worth more than Intercoin.
True.
Yes.
True.
Way more. It's actually the fact that it didn't launch is actually one of its best assets.
If I deployed it now, I kid you not. If I deployed it now,
actually, Intercoin is worth negative $2. You got to pay someone to take it off your hands.
No, with my current network, if I deployed it now, it would do well, but I wouldn't do it. Back then, like the idea was that it would actually do well for people, but now it's just obvious. Every fucking coin is a rug. Like if it's not Bitcoin, if it's not maybe Ethereum or two other coins, it's going to zero. So I would never scam people. So I'm glad that
it's sad that the crypto space is always.
Well, I mean, the saddest part of like this whole story though is that Intercoin never took off enough for Greg to rug pull people.
necessary.
I've never rug pulled anybody. In fact, I bought out
You can rug pull zero. There's no way to rug pull zero.
I own most of the Intercoin that I bought back.
Wow, you own most of zero. That's insane.
Oh my god. All right.
Andrew.
Hey, listen.
Andrew, what happened to
like I said, the coin that didn't launch.
Andrew, what happened to the Alex Jones NWO game?
Legitimately, Greg, that's the thing. Is on paper, the coin that Andrew never launched is technically worth more because the value is unknown. It's intrinsic. It's whatever you think the value could be.
It's even better than Bitcoin because the value is unknown.
No. Well, Bitcoin's Bitcoin. Intercoin's not Bitcoin.
How is Bitcoin
is worth less than zero?
Unknown value could be like $1 million a coin, bro.
Yes, Andrew's concept is worth more money than you. I know that economics is difficult for communists, but please.
Yeah, it's very difficult for me, bro. Very difficult. I'm breaking my head over this, honestly.
Yeah, did you manage to get any phone numbers at the Jewish singles event?
Oh my god. That is a spicy question right there.
Hey, I don't think no is a spicy answer.
Greg, if you want to find a real woman, though, you should go out with this guy, John. This guy, John, he pulls a woman every night. Whether she's 300 pounds or not, he brings home a woman. So I'm telling you, you go out with this guy.
A woman or someone who identifies as a woman, or both?
Could be that. He's not very...
At this point for you, Greg, I don't think it matters.
Can I take you to the beach and introduce you to some whales this upcoming Shabbos?
Yeah, this guy...
are we talking about crypto whales, or are we talking about...
No, we're talking about fat land whales. Crypto whales are not interested in Intercoin.
These are Papa John's whales.
By the way, I want to clip what you're saying about Intercoin in the future just to play it back to you. Like,
oh, because Intercoin's going
to take off. It's going to go to the fucking moon. And question, whenever you named it Intercoin, like, was that just because you're like, it's a coin on the internet. Internet coin. Intercoin. That's it.
You know what's like super funny is as we're talking, I'm driving past the giant Intercoin sign in Brooklyn right now.
Yeah, that doesn't exist.
No, it does actually.
It sounds like intersex.
I know, that's what I keep thinking, is intersex when you keep saying Intercoin.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Intertech.
No,
which was the name for the company on Mike Judge's Office Space. You know,
Andrew.
That was a name that he ad-libbed because it was an internet company. So he Intertech. It's a tech company.
Intercourse.
Yeah.
You gotta have some intercourse with yourself.
Andrew.
And here you are with Intercoin, a coin that's on the internet.
I got a question for the moderator, Andrew. If we were to launch Kabbalah coin, what solution would it solve?
Stop talking nonsense. Why do you stalk me on the internet? I don't like you.
Stalk you on the internet? You're just an internet user like other internet users. And here you are. I saw the room title. I didn't even know you were modding the room. I'm not stalking you. I didn't know you were modding this room.
Me off, and you don't even know who I am. I'm about to be the single biggest shareholder of Intercoin.
Sorry, Raylan. I didn't know you were an Intercoin millionaire.
I dare you to buy it on PancakeSwap or whatever.
I'm about to drop $5 into it and be the biggest shareholder of Intercoin.
Do it. Do it right now.
Coin now, $5.
Put your crypto where your money is or your mouth is or whatever.
You're about to pay this guy's rent. He's stoked.
Oh, bro, he's gonna be the biggest.
What are they, a welfare?
He's gonna be the biggest crypto whale of Intercoin right fucking now.
The whale of Intercoin. What are we fucking talking about?
Oh, KB, I bought this AI translator bracelet called B. I saw Amazon acquire the company.
Give me a thumbs up if I should boot Ed right now. Give me a thumbs up. Alright.
Oh, boo.
Get out.
Boo.
Give me a thumbs up if I should boot Edmund right now. Give me a thumbs up if I should boot. Alright.
Oh, boo. Damn. I got booted. Andrew Meyer does not like being recorded.
Porn is actually more harmful.
Household. But I felt like they did kind of
intuitively understand women a little bit better than I would have. I could be wrong.
I did that one. I mean, you're actually right. I have another view of the same point, but from a different perspective. It could just be the children that grow up around dysfunctional single moms end up learning how to just avoid the wrath of dysfunctional single moms, and that appears to be that they understand them. No, they just know how to duck the problems associated.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
The attachment styles taken into adult life, that was eye-opening when I started looking into that. Our 5-month-old.
Wise counsel of God, how can I make my way?
He chills out and smiles. And that's what my wife's doing. Oh, fuck man, he's awesome. He's the cutest, happiest little baby.
That is very nice. I'm from Wisher Boulevard.
Anything should there. Oh, Lil, look at that PTR, Lil. Oh, brutal, Lil. Hope that's not a real person. Hope it's like an AI simulator.
Follow me, Baba. Follow me. I love Persian. Man.
I will find you Persian husband.
Oh, please.
Some kind of like flat tax or something. Deepak, you back?
Yes.
Well. Deepak, explain why my claim was correct. Thank you.
Well, I thought I took your claim to be just a claim about absolute numbers. Like if there's like X amount of total like tax receipts, like what percent is contributed by the top one?
Yeah, but I agree with that, though, Deepak. I know you left whenever I was like explaining why I thought it was like not.
Squealing on Elon Musk. Elon Musk is squealing them back on him. Two snitches worthless to we the people. I will assure you, once you backtrack and double down like the way they've done it, then they have a useless value. Even though they're holding the office, it's a matter of time they come and put dirt on them. And they have done the smear campaign. He didn't coincidentally get 34 felonies. But you want us to drink Kool-Aid and believe that he didn't get the 34 felonies. And not only...
And we are being friends for, 10 years now. We never talk about politics. Like, we keep it, so it's not worth it to lose a relationship with a friend over politics, so.
Stone, right? Jeez.
I kind of feel the same way about the new Superman. Like, it's the movie of the moment. Everybody's going to see it in the movie theater, but I think it's going to be forgotten pretty quickly. I don't think it's really good enough to be remembered.
Yeah, I just saw it the other day.
Hey, Mana, actually, I will be a mod.
Okay. Yeah, once we make you a mod, then we'll start seeing some traffic. I mean,
you kick me.
We're really suffering with traffic at the Hawaii Club, guys. We need you guys to, flex those influencer muscles. Summon your followers, your disciples, bring them to
fit myself in a relation or benefit a woman in a relationship. I would actually prioritize them over any woman I would potentially meet. Because I actually have a bond with them. This is family. Does that make sense?
And I'm not like that type of guy. Like I've been saying this to you forever, man. Like I'm not here to make enemies. I'm here to make friends. So
why don't you talk it out in a trial format? You could say, look, you didn't make the thing. It was him. But then he wouldn't have been sitting with you in a room like that, dude.
You like to stir things up, that's all. That's the.
You you did it. You can't even apologize for it.
Here's the thing with you, Tom, man. Like, sometimes I really hope that guy is not crazy, but it can get really far, and then you can put someone in our fucking.
I could be crazy. Rahul, we could all go crazy.
No, you're not crazy. I know Rahul is not crazy.
No one here is crazy.
So
the only one is you acting crazy.
No, but then why you gotta stir things up, man? Like, you taking a little far, okay? I've been saying this to you forever. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I mean, if you really want it, man, like, why don't you guys?
Did I get confused that you were in the room with the guy?
I don't even remember that day, but
I remember it. I came in. I saw you sitting with that guy.
There you go with this you're trying to stir things up with your fucking. You know what it is, man. Like, I've told you're like one of those Madrasi mamas who likes to fucking stir things up for no reason. Like, you know when on Long Island, like, you see a Tamil family, right? They'll peep through like a fucking who came in, who went out. You know, there are many I've seen. Okay, so that's what you are, Epton.
Look, at this point, he's unblocked you. That's the main thing. So we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. But I think he talks too much for me. I don't think I can take it. I can only listen to him for like 2 minutes, bro. I like guys who are like more high on EQ side than IQ, because IQ is not. It doesn't really help, to be honest with you. You can read books so much, but lived experience or experiential learning is more important. So yeah, but I'll hang out with the guy, but I'm not in, like, dude. You should call Ruby Roy. She will probably tell you what the fuck happened with Tati. Yeah. Yeah, Ruby Roy is so good, huh?
What do you mean? What happened with him?
Yo, so it was me, Ruby Roy, Flora, and Datu comes in. He did some stupid shit. And then...
Dude, this Ruby Roy is not a great source.
No, but... Okay, that's fine. She's a little bit traumatized. What?
She's a real cuckoo, is who she is. But she knows some astrology. Give her that.
You don't think she's balanced? I think she's more balanced than Dr. Man.
I think she's like massively imbalanced. Like,
okay.
Like red flag city.
Yeah, okay. In some ways, I agree. But not in the way where Dr.
You and Rahul act like her shit doesn't stink.
I don't think she's that crazy, man. Yeah, I think you got it wrong.
No,
this one I disagree.
No, come on, Jared. She has problems, but she keeps them to herself. You know, she doesn't have this like a megalomaniac.
Plays along, whatever.
Wait, so what if she opens up here on Clubhouse? Because
she's like Pew Pew.
Yeah, Pew Pew is a very sweet girl, man. Flora is a sweet girl. Pew Pew is a sweet person, at least with me.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. JR, why do you talk to this Angels person, okay?
Angels is Madara in she's a...
I'm not Madara.
Yo, she's...
Dude, yesterday I had to listen to like 45 minutes of like some crypto crap. Like, what?
She's the crypto streets.
Yo. Yeah, okay. Angels, just go on mute. Madara, just go on mute right now. Look, all these people, different characters have told, but I'm on the fence with, we had this private conversation, right? So, that is still a little bit of a sticking point.
If they are against freedom, I am for freedom.
Are you for
What if they're against the truck drivers?
Are you
for the truck drivers?
No,
Shut the fuck up.
they support truck drivers, I think, but not really because they don't make much money to be truck drivers, so they don't really support it.
House, she runs the show, and he did it anyways, and he got so sick of that fucking kid being a fucking nuisance that he told her, he's like, hey, he's got to go. If you want us to work out, he's got to go. Guess who came first? She fucking took sides with the fucking son, So he ended up moving, packing all the shit. I had to help move all the shit out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yep. So, but every single one of my buddies and me as well, man. I was dating a girl a few years ago, had a 5-year-old son, and my dumb ass, again, thinking she's a nice girl, I can give her a shot and this and that. Her fucking kid's dad was a fucking bum, dude. Dude fucking didn't graduate high school, living in his friend's basement, and literally it's a cement.
My brother, I think your heart is too clean.
No, it was. It ain't no more. Yeah, it ain't no more, bro. I learned my lesson. But I was gonna have this girl move in with me. Everything, man.
What?
Oh no. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. That's why I say, man, I'm dumb too. I'm fucking retarded as hell too. I'm not absolved of retardedness.
You didn't do that.
Well,
The dad's on stage. Here's a scary thought. Your son turning around to you while he's dating.
The ideas are directly aimed at the particular demigod mentioned in the Vedas. Indirectly is the practice.
Thing is decision. Choice means dithering. There are some people who, before they start to write something down, they wiggle their pens a little.
Being slaves, I don't know why, right? We got the chains taken off of us, right, by the white people, and then we put chains on our necks every day, right? Right, cool. I think it's weird that all of us want or feel the need to identify with this, and I think it's even weirder when we try to force our black brothers and sisters to also want to be or identify as slaves.
Wait, aren't you doing exactly what the room title is describing? You're a black clubhouse lecturer and you're the blind leading the blind?
Are you okay?
Just asking a question.
I definitely
speak after the speaker, okay? Please, in this room.
So I've got black dissonance.
Observe decorum.
I don't know. I think it's weird that all black people want to be slaves and encourage their brethren to also be slaves. I'm not a slave, never been a slave. I was never a house Negro, and nor do I plan on
Well, do
being
any
one.
white people have white chains?
Oh my God, who the hell is this?
Moderators.
I'm just saying, you claim you got rid of these chains. Like, there's not a white person alive that ever had a chain on a black person. It's ridiculous.
Oh, Bookie, you didn't understand her. She was making an analogy. It was kind of like a metaphor,
I know, I'm just saying it. I'm just trying to accurately describe the
wasn't talking about
situation.
actual change.
Also, for like reparations, that would be wealth redistribution in the now.
Congress. In this room, we respect people, and there's a hierarchy.
You sure?
Yes, in this room, we respect. This is not a black American room.
Oh, I see. That's racist. But if you say so.
This is an African room.
This is African.
Yeah. You're in an African
What
American.
makes it African?
But you got black Americans on your panel. Respectfully.
Yes, we have black Americans on our panel. We have a Somali. We have we have a Jamaican woman. Okay. And then we have a black American Muslim.
Oh, okay, so he's not African.
That's a very diverse panel.
So this is not a black American room. I want to make that very, very clear.
Even though Jamie just said we're
in this room, we don't disrespect people that are in authority.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's saying a lot,
So
isn't it?
when Smoke is speaking, you don't interrupt him on social.
Oh, my bad. I see what you're saying.
Period.
Okay.
Free Somalia.
Period.
So this will be a last warning. If you do it again, I'm gonna move you down.
Got it.
Go ahead, Smoke. You were speaking.
Oh no.
Or you can speak, Congress, if you'd like.
Yeah, Congress, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a trick question, trick title room. Like all room, it's always the opposite of the room title, which is the truth. So there's a lot of big bullshit talkers on this app, but they just come here to distribute dopamine, to get dopamine, and they're just spewing propaganda politics, no enlightenment wisdom. It's a waste of your time as a listener. It's a waste of their time as a speaker, and they're their own worst enemy. So welcome to the world of communication that doesn't give a shit what your racial identity card politics is, because in the game of communication it's agnostic as to who you are, or where you came from, or what your education is, or what your accent is, or what kind of a public speaker you are. It is a big communication game, and if you think you're going to win by lecturing on Clown House, you're gonna lose. Now I know that sounds like projection, but let's be honest. This is a communication analysis, and I'm just trying to say, the blind do lead the blind. I am complete.
I appreciate you for your analyzation on our clubhouse room. That was really insightful. Analyzation.
You know what's crazy? The biggest sign of you actually having that change is the fact that most Black Americans don't have a name that actually comes from a Black ancestor. That's a change right there. That 2025.
Isn't a Black ancestor our mama?
Wait, hold on. Right. So if your last name, hold on. If your last name is Johnson, and your mama's last name is Johnson, and your grandmama's last name is Johnson, and your great grandmama's last name is Johnson, and the last person that owned your ancestor name was Mr. Johnson, who owned the Johnson slave plantation, then the fact that you still wear a slave name is very evident that you still don't know who you are.
Right. So again, what about the Black people?
Girl, I'm so fucking lost right now.
What about the people who are not descendants of slaves? Did you know that there are Black people whose ancestors who don't have a single ancestor that was a slave?
Actually, a lot of us.
Yeah, a whole lot. Did you know that?
Listen, I hear a lot of talk about it. I hear a lot of attempts of Black people trying to find their identity. So I know that we latch on to a lot.
But it's just like I was obnoxious and enough to like.
But the point England or somewhere in Britain, which shows you that your last name that you have is not yours. It's a slave name. And so the fact to say that, well, we don't have change, that's a cultural change.
Sweet fruit of knowledge.
No, bullying. Don't make that as an excuse for bullying each other. That's not.
It's tough.
Explain.
If you have a little kid, you're not going to go and sit with the kid at school and protect him from all the kids.
Oh, if I can, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it shows that you're a typical female mentality.
Basically, he's saying that you're irrational, and that you're ridiculous, and that you're saying things that you can't even do.
I'm gonna do that, but when the kid is a boy, I'm gonna watch from afar. And I'm gonna just step in when it's needed.
We need to let him be with his father.
Yeah, I think I agree with the comment a bit, because when you bully...
Maybe dependent.
Hang on, let me just finish.
You're in no position to teach that young man anything.
I agree on that because I'm not married. I don't have kids.
After 11 or 12, they become their own little man.
That's true.
That's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah, cats are cool, but I can't do much with them.
My cats know. No, my cats know tricks. Okay, so you just have to have the patience and the wherewithal to train your cat. Like myself, I train my cats.
You know, I like a woman that likes cats because you know you get those ladies aroused, and then you know they're gonna whisper in your ear.
Stop. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Stop talking. Stop talking.
Why do you have this fucking reason? I was flirting with Mr. Baba Persian. Look, another Persian man here. Hi, Baba Persian man, what looks like Jesus Christ.
Ex-boyfriend was Saddam Hussein. So anywho, I'm sorry, that shit is funny as hell. It's like stupid funny. It is stupid funny. Y'all.
Yeah, you're right. You did ICG.
Alright, so look, let me show you something. Now listen, let me show you something else. Remember, you said that the law was given to Moses, right? And it didn't exist prior to that, right? Now I need you to go to Genesis 26. I think it's like 4 or 5. Genesis. I'm gonna go with 5. Go to Genesis 26 verses 5. This is the best.
Damn, Rashada, you about to make me cry.
That's cool.
Everyone that's left, block them. When he leaves, block them. I would block them when I'm driving. I just missed my exit, so.
Wasn't obedient unto God, and it never says that he was disobedient. You're just saying this stuff, and you're making it up. There's no scripture that says that he disobeyed Mary and Joseph. What it says was he was at.
Right.
Yeah, what was that? I'm told that Christians, we cannot go to certain parts of Israel because they spit on us. No, that's not true. The Christians spit on them.
And they're trying, let me go with the best one, and they sit there, they drive themselves insane because the best one changes every fucking day, probably multiple times a day, and the mechanisms and the feelings in their head that used to be able to guide them towards people who would be able to protect their children and keep everybody fed and keep them from being carried off and killed or taken by another tribe, those aren't working anymore.
And that was,
when you start fucking with girls,
but she still doesn't understand what's
at 12 years old, 11 years old, they got fucking 10-year-olds on birth control. For you need it for this issue, that issue, yeah, it'll fix everything. When they get them on that, nobody tells them or warns them about what kind of changes it's going to make in the way that they think, in who they're attracted to, in how they feel. Women who come off of it don't just talk about, I'm more attracted to my partner, or I don't like my partner anymore. They talk about, I just feel better. I was in a daze. I was like a zombie. I couldn't think straight on that shit.
I would just like to say that probably evolutionary psychology, for the ones who believe them, it explains a lot of the things why women lead to what men call their feelings, but in reality it's like intuition that has been built upon years of choosing the right partner for them, right? That's why, like, a lot of the times when we look at a guy and this guy, for whatever reason, has a lot of women interested in him, a lot of us, like, we question, what does he have? He may not look the brightest, he may not look like the most handsome. What does this guy has? Right? And that's why, like, psychology is really, really important, at least for me. And I believe, like, the evolutionary psychology explains a lot of this stuff. What we call feelings is in reality an intuition.
The left hates Evo Psych and evolutionary biology a lot because it interferes with the soft sciences.
Yeah, because it's actually evidence-based. Yeah, it's actually testable and repeatable and all those good things. But yeah, so here's an interesting way to think about it, right? One of the things that we've done like the Ted Kaczynski Unabomber point in his big old manifesto, his central theme is like we are simulating human life in this modern world. We're not actually living it. And the more that we participate in these abstractions, the more disconnected our mind and our soul is from what we're actually doing. Because we're scratching these itches, but we're doing it with simulations and safety and kind of guardrails. We're not doing it the way we evolved to do it. And so one example is that it's a lot harder in this society to check arrogant males that are in competition with you for resources, for a job, for the mates in the area. We provide a safety net that allows a guy to really display a lot of bravado and trigger a lot of those intuitions. But there's not a good mechanism in society to check it. We love those videos where somebody acting tough and talking shit gets knocked out in one hit, and it's very satisfying to watch. But the reality is, society doesn't treat people who put people in their rightful place very well right now. And we coddle people, and we're allowing individuals to really behave reprehensibly with little consequence because of how safe we've made the society and how much we've tied our hands behind our back. Like, in what planet should any person in America be able to, like, walk up to somebody minding their own business, like, throw a phone in their face and follow them around and go, what are you gonna do? You gonna hit me? You gonna hit me? Like, if you did that shit in the 50s, these motherfuckers would become part of the sidewalk. So just in that short period of time, like, to anybody, just in the period of time, in a short period of time, we have vastly eliminated, like, the threat of violence, not just, like, in the home to control order, but just on the street. Like, the level of disrespect and the way that you interact with people.
I think you bring up a good point. Like, there is, like, I'm somebody who's, like, extremely pro free speech. I think you can say a lot. I think you should be able to say a lot of extremely offensive shit. And to a large extent, obviously the government can't prosecute you for what you say, but they also, the government cannot not allow people to victimize you because of what you say. However, like you said, there are some very obnoxious people. I've seen the YouTube accounts or videos where, people do end up antagonizing people. Of course, it's for clicks. The people that are likely people you do not want to fuck with or troll. And I almost in a weird way, and like, you guys might think it's offensive, I'm sorry, but it's just like, I'm not gonna, like, stick my finger in a lion's ass. It's gonna fucking attack me. You know what you're doing at that point. Like,
I think the more common expression is "don't poke the bear," Pepe.
Well, a lion will still kill you. I mean, either way, you're fucked.
I'm pretty sure it can kill you for poking it. And so, like, there was a recent auditor video that somebody's trying to gain sympathy for, where he went to a state trooper's house in Connecticut that he had apparently been posting online about for whatever reason. And he went up with a cameraman, and he knocked on his door, and he stepped off the porch and stood on the walking path up to his door. Now, keep in mind, this driveway, the trooper's driveway is like 100 yards long, at least, to the house. And then there's, like, a shared driveway, like another 150 yards to the road off a cul-de-sac. So this guy went out of his way to go to his property. He wasn't just, like, walking by on the sidewalk. Knocked on the door. Trooper comes out. What the hell are you doing? he starts talking shit. He's got some kind of T-shirt about tyranny or corruption or whatever on. And Troop tells him to get off his property. Goes back inside his house, grabs a gun, steps out, doesn't point the gun at him, but walks him out. But this guy deliberately, instead of just turning around and walking, as he was asked, right? He backs up facing the dude. The trooper walks up on him and gets in his face, and the guy's having a standoff with him, slowing down enough so that he's nose to nose with this guy, holding a gun in his hand, telling him to leave his property. And he really feels like fully, he not only feels fully justified in what he's doing, he feels like that he's getting the trooper to commit some crime against him. When all the guy did was yell at him and follow him to the property.
Yeah, it's bullshit. I mean, at the end of the day, like, I'm somebody who uses a very offensive troll. I do have, serious conversations on here, but I do say very offensive shit. But it is a reality. Like, Tommy Sotomayor, he's somebody I've talked to several times. There is this, like, really weird phenomenon that you see online where, like, I have called black people, nigger to their face before. But I was, I was a teenager both times. And, they deserved it both times, just being honest. And any black person that would have witnessed what they were doing would have definitely used the hard ER, so I don't really care. But you do get these trolls that are just like, nigger, 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 fuck you, nigger, 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 nigger. They do this stupid shit.
What's that guy on, there's some guy on Twitter who just does video chats where he, like, lures them in and then he just starts, insulting the crap out of them. He has a little,
that's
gag
the thing.
gun.
It's like, and that's the weird thing. It's just like, look, I understand you, like, get off being a troll and being offensive, but, like, you have to understand there's kind of like a context when you can use those words. One time I got robbed. The guy was armed, I wasn't. And I was on a bus and I was like, like, fucking nigger. And then, there's a lot of black people on the bus. They didn't really say anything. So, like, what were they going to say? Oh, he wasn't a nigger. He was a nice black man. Yeah, they couldn't do that. And so, one time I was at a gym, and he was like rather short black guy but he's very built, but I don't know how the basketball game ended up getting to this point, but he ended up, like, the woman is a white woman, is on the ground, he's smacking the shit out of her, and then it's like, what's that nigger doing? It just, like, came out of my mouth. I was 19 years old. And there were other black guys. I remember my brother said, like, dude, shut the fuck up. And because, like, there's some big old niggas in the gym. And they didn't even focus on it. Those were the two times. At the end of the day, I don't even hate black people, but I would say you have these trolls that just, like, want to antagonize people. It's like, dude, in real life, you talk this shit online, like, but this has consequences.
You can say, the reason is that, like, we have women on these juries. If there's a jury of 12 dudes, and there was a guy brought on trial for smacking a dude who, was trolling and interrupting his family's dinner, or was up on his property while his family was home, or anything, like, of that sort, those 12 dudes would go back in the jury room and go, did he use excessive force? No. Was there a legit breach of, social rules that he was enforcing? Yeah. Are we gonna fucking find him guilty for smacking a dude who deserves it? Hell fucking no.
I mean,
90% of the time.
Imagine, like, and that's the other thing. Like, imagine, like, there's a nice, sweet young lady walking with their nice, sweet daughter, they so happen to black people, like, this is a no nigger zone, niggers. And then, like, you know, Papa shows up and he's like, what did you say? And then he punches me in the face. It's just like, how, like, is he really that bad of a guy in real life? That I talk to his wife and his daughter that way? And it's just like, there is this, like, this level of trolling. I can say whatever the fuck I want. No, I definitely don't want to encourage people to, like, let name calling to make you feel like you can just, like, lose control of your emotions. But at the end of the day, if I call your wife a slut, if I call you a pussy, if I call, like, there are definitely things I can say that will obviously trigger a fight.
Yeah, name calling is not something that should just trigger, you know, punching somebody in the face. But, like, harassment and following somebody around absolutely should, right? And I think, like, that's a gray area where we're, like, allowing people to not only be provocative, we're allowing people to harass people, we're allowing people to follow them around, to use the threat of the camera on them, and we're extremely intolerant of using violence to solve problems. And it's an uphill battle to convince the legal system that your use of violence was the right thing to do. And that's what we've fucked up in society, because there's a lot of times where it solves the problem quickly, nobody dies, and it generates a better society around you for everybody to live in.
Sure, and I would say this though, but it has to do with context too. Like, if you're literally out minding your own business, and somebody comes up to you, if I get in your face, like, literally within arm's reach, and I'm just like, it's like, what the fuck are you doing here, you stupid nigger? Or I would just say, like, what are you doing here, you fucking pussy? You know, I'm challenging you both ways. Like, I'm calling you.
I'm younger than John Abraham, okay? And you were born for me. Yeah, I know the picture. Yeah, someone's.
Like, give you like 10 or like $20, and I just like give it to my mom, and then like I really don't like, I don't have like money.
Why don't you have any money in your name?
What?
Why don't you put
But
anything?
it's just like a construct.
So you're gonna call up your mother and say, hey, can I have permission to procreate with my wife?
Look, my mom does all my dating for me. So like if I have some woman who wants to date me,
Your mom is lesbian?
then no, she has to. She has to like talk to my mom, and my mom will do all the talking. And
Wait, time out. So what did your mom think of me when I talked to her?
Oh, my mom likes you, but I told her that we're too tall.
I am way too tall for him.
He's 33.
He's 5'4".
How are you?
5'4", so tall. Wait, that's crazy.
How do you do that?
He's 32 or 31, and he's 5'4". I mean, Ross, if I...
You see my sheet, that Kiki.
No. One thing I know.
Wait. Yasmin, hold on.
As displaced African people in the Americas, right, and in other places, we do take those African traditions with us, and we hybridize those African traditions based on our conditions in those new lands. But that in itself is still a cultural practice that's distinct to those specific people within those specific experiences. That's all I'm saying. Now, when you talk about baby mamas and gang banging and shit, that is an indoctrinated toxicity that's created by white people.
Joe Matthew and Kaylee Lyons deliver news, insight, and analysis live 2 times a week. Trading Day, Balance of Power at 1 and 5 Eastern.
Chicago Cheeseburger, come on up. Listen to something that pushes your life forward. Because I don't think that puts your shit down.
She loves saying the N-word.
Israel and the U.S. are withdrawing teams from ceasefire negotiations with Hamas, citing the group's unwillingness to agree to terms. President Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, says Hamas should be fired and the war. Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu has said any deal must include Hamas surrendering and giving up control of Gaza. Talks had aimed to secure a 60-day truce and the release of remaining hostages. President Emmanuel Macron said Turkey officially recognizing Palestinian state. Stating in a post that it sets back peace.
It's not profitable to have a ceasefire.
Are voicing concern over the humanitarian situation in Gaza, saying conditions.
Marco Rubio says recognizing the Palestinians and explain to me how's it possible to have a ceasefire?
Arrangement to increase the flow of food. The WHO says it's now witnessing.
faste, encore à l'aube de son feu. Déjà, l'honneur suit sa lumineuse trace.
Regardez, c'est le prince de Conti. Il est donc entré en grâce?
Le roi la Pérlaise, oui. Vous voyez comme il fait beau.
Dans son sillage, partout le suivent la grâce et la victoire.
Par Dieu, mais c'est toute la jeune fronde qui le fait danser. Tous les ennemis d'hier. Un fils par famille rallié. L'idée est fort belle.
Alors, on retrouve du talent. Peste de Florentin.
Prenez garde que tout ne s'effondre brutalement. Le roi est les mœurs italiennes. Dommage.
La faveur, la renommée et la paix viennent se joindre au cœur universel pour célébrer celui qui...
No, wait, what?
Fucking mouth. I'm a 22-year-old
I know you're not talking to me.
who's like really
No, no, I'm not talking to you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so but Manville, like, but didn't you heard like the way she spoke before going out on a date? Like,
Oh, that placement. Get some testosterone in you and get you a woman.
I was saying, you're asking Alpha for help.
I only have one ball, so
Not the other way around.
Are you hearing about one ball?
yeah, God decided that just like Hitler and Stalin, he wanted to call me to great works, and decided that 2 balls was too much for me to handle, and so I just he decided to take one. I had like a miraculous.
Hello?
Hello.
Malawi is a very small landlocked country in the southeastern part
How
of
do I figure?
This is a country that is having a lot of challenges. One, they are heavily reliant
How are you doing, nigga?
on agricultural exports, for example, tobacco, and domestically, this is an economy that relies on
Nigga.
and they have
Hello?
been experiencing a couple of challenges. One of
Hi, son, how you doing?
I went looking for him and lost myself. The drop merged with the sea. Who can find it now?
They want fucking faggot?
Hello? Good, I've got your undivided attention. I went looking for him and lost myself. The drop merged with the sea. Who can find it now? In the stillness of the night, the goddess whispers. In the bright of the day, dear God roars. Life pulses. Mind imagines, emotions wave, thoughts wonder. What are these but the endless movements of one taste, forever at play with its own gestures? Whispering quietly to all who will listen, is this not yourself? When the thunder roars, do you not hear yourself? When the lightning cracks, do you not see yourself? When the clouds float quietly across the sky, is this not your very own limitless being, waving back at you? Looking at a sunset just for a second, you forget your separateness. You are the sunset. That is the moment when you feel the beauty of it. But the moment you say that it is a beautiful sunset, you are no longer feeling it. You have come back to your separate, enclosed entity of the ego. Now the mind is speaking, and this is one of the mysteries, that the mind can speak and knows nothing, and the heart knows everything and cannot speak. Perhaps to know too much makes it difficult to speak. The mind knows so little, it is possible for it to speak.
Understanding that everything that man does is natural. Some things that he does are more natural than others. That is to say, they look more natural. They go that way. And so, the idea of unbleached silk.
Yeah, that is all that I'm saying. That's where I just disagree. I feel like it's too much. It's too, but it's okay. It's just a disagreement, Lion. Right? You can't get mad because it's interpretation because you don't have, but you don't have evidence of it, right? There is more scriptural evidence against what you're saying, so you can't get frustrated with that.
You're going to get a bunch of misinterpretations.
You're trying to claim that Abraham was following the Mosaic law before it was given at Sinai.